So there's like been this huge push for everybody to rationalize their arguments and their points of view and things like that, and really solidify what side they're on, because everybody's jumping sides. All sorts of people are switching around. So it's like a thing now. Everybody wants to rationalize what's going on and what they're doing. So for the people who are doubling down, this has been a lot of fun, because it's just fucking stupid.
I've been dealing with online trolls since my first YouTube channel in 2005, and my feelings about them have changed over the years. When I was an angsty teenage vlogger, I remember getting this comment one day in my comment section. Kill yourself. Everyone hates you at school, and we'd be happier if you were dead.
And that is mean and cruel and not cool, and people shouldn't do that. It's not cool. It doesn't do any good for anybody. It just gives them things to fucking complain about, and you're not gonna fucking do it anyways, so shut up.
And it shook me for several reasons. Firstly, because I was hiding my YouTube channel from my classmates, and I had no idea how they found me.
Which would kind of lead me to think that probably it's just people using the context of the video to just make a comment that's gonna hit you where you're at home. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't have taken it very seriously. Not when I was really like starting out. No. That'd be a stretch for me.
And secondly, because at the time, I was very suicidal. I had dealt with feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt, and that's something that I shared on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, man. You don't want to expose your weaknesses, because people are going to take advantage of that shit. It's a bad idea, but it sucks that people do that, too. I mean, that is fucking sad.
Back then, this website was much smaller, and I was thankful if 10 people watched my YouTube videos.
You should still be pretty thankful for, like, what you got, you know? Just saying.
However, as trolls caught on to my content, I became aware that they were watching, and suddenly, every video I published was in anticipation that they were.
I mean, that's exactly what they...
I was very careful about what I said. I knew, or at least felt, that whoever left this comment went to my school, and that made me super paranoid when I'd walk through the halls every day.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. Like, if somebody was like, I mean, you wouldn't really, I mean, they're telling you to kill yourself, so it's not like it's an actual threat of them hurting you, but, you know, that's still, that's a bit much. You know, that would fucking freak me out. But, you know, at the same time, I'm sure there was a lot of people in my high school that wanted me dead. Like, I was a popular guy, you know, so, and I was a player. Like, I was a bad guy. I was a very bad person in high school. I'm sure there was a lot of people that wanted me dead. I'm sure. I could think, shit, I probably remember that dude's name.
I was afraid that my troll would attack me physically or corner me and say something cruel, but that never happened.
Well, that's good.
While my trolls didn't materialize in the real world, they certainly became even more common as my channel grew.
Yeah, you're gonna have that. As you draw in a larger portion of people, you're gonna draw in a larger variety of people. Happens.
Soon, I wasn't just making videos anticipating that they were watching, I was actually making videos directly responding to them. And this consumed me. I made every video about them, and these videos were often ugly. I responded to them and clapped back at them, thinking that I was really doing something. My audience applauded and encouraged me, even sending me videos or posts that people would make where they were trash talking about me, and I would respond to every single one.
Which is kind of like saying your audience is essentially trolls too. Like you were just performing for trolls. You were like fucking something that performs. I'm not going anywhere there. Anyways, fucking you. If you got people that are trolling you, and then you got your audience, quote unquote, telling you about all the trolls just to encourage you to make more videos about trolls, you don't really have a good audience.
For years, this used to actually be the vast majority of my content, even through college.
God damn, like, I don't know. You had to have gone to like at least 2 years, right? So, fuck, that's a long time to just, Jesus Christ.
And it took me a long time to really realize that That's exactly what they want.
No shit, it took you a long fucking time. Like, years! Years? Come on! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Trolls want nothing more than for you to derail your space and to make it about them.
Yeah!
They thrive on your reaction and rely on your attention.
Yeah, well, we don't really rely on your attention. Like, you know, if you left tomorrow, two heads would spawn up to fill your place, so you are the Hydra that cannot be killed. I mean, it really, there's always somebody to pay attention to us, and then there's always just the news, you know.
While many of us read a book, go on a walk, take up a sport, or play a video game, trolls troll as their hobby.
Well, yeah, but you can have more than one. I play video games too. I walked places before. I read books when I take shits. I have more than one hobby. Fuck.
And even though I still know this, today I devote so much time to interacting with trolls, and it's a big flaw of mine to overlook positive comments for trolls, but I'm working on it.
Are you, Kat? Really? Really? Really?
To be honest, I've dealt with so much stuff on and offline that today I largely consider trolls to be sort of hilarious and silly.
Really, Kat? Really?
And no, I don't think everyone who disagrees with me is a troll.
Really, Kat? Really?
Like I said earlier, trolls have always exclusively existed in a digital space for me, and I've never actually met one. Until recently. When you're dealing with online harassment and trolls, it feels so massive. It feels so massive. It feels so massive.
You guys are gonna hear that clip so much if I actually, like, remember to fucking cut it out. Oh, that's so funny.
It feels so massive. I've dealt with some pretty severe stuff that I've never told any of you guys about. At one point, my harassment made me not even want to leave the house or share anything about my personal life.
And that's sad. You shouldn't have to feel like you should be afraid to leave your house. That's fucked up. But you should always be a little wary of what you share about your personal life. I mean, you know, the time to hate trolls.
Trolls online can feel overwhelming. Online, there are these big, huge, terrifying monsters that are made even more terrifying when they have fan bases that co-sign and encourage what they're doing.
Is that really the way you think about these people? That they're big, scary monsters? What?
But in person, they're very, well, different.
Yeah!
By now, I'm sure you've all heard about the happenings at VidCon this year. A horde of your favorite online shitlords and trolls attended and did their very best to start shit, and in some situations, they were successful.
What? Well, they didn't start anything. They sat in the front row. I mean, sure, that's kind of instigating, but she didn't have to scream at them from the fucking panel. You didn't when they did the same thing to you.
Aside from what happened, meeting trolls in person really changed my perspective on them completely. You had people who flew from the UK all the way to Anaheim, paid for a VidCon ticket, then paid for their hotel and food for 3 days, just so they can sit in the front row of a panel, sniggling at each other.
Okay, I'm not stopping her to fuck with her point just yet. I just want to make it clear to all you white people. We cannot use that word. Just so you know.
While recording the women that they've harassed online.
It's so fucking sad that, first of all, you would go so far as to actually portray yourself as somebody who thinks that that's honestly the fucking reason why Sargon would fly all the way across the ocean and spend all of this money and do all of this shit. Just to sit on Anita's panel. That was his whole purpose. He didn't care about meeting fans. He didn't care about meeting other creators. He didn't care about going to VidCon. He didn't care about visiting LA. Visiting America even. I don't know. And of all the reasons, you kidding me?
I mean, I'd like to call that petty, but honestly, spending thousands of dollars just to troll is kind of pathetic.
Yeah, it is. That's why you're the only one that thinks that.
No, it's very pathetic.
Yeah, it is very pathetic.
And seeing these people in person was also sobering. You get the impression online that trolls are these almost masterminds with amazing social skills and charismatic personalities.
Well, hey, you know, if you're getting a sense of that, they're doing it. What are you gonna say? That it's bullshit?
But the reality is quite different. These are the same kids that you see at comic conventions who can't function socially without being surrounded by people who are passionate about their very niche interest.
Yeah! Niche interest?
And honestly, it is a very niche interest.
Niche interest? What? Alright. I started my channel 3 years ago. 3 years ago, for those of you who don't know. And fucking that we did podcasts that nobody watched and nobody listened to. I did fucking video game shit that nobody watched and nobody cared about. I had 19 subscribers, and then I got into this niche here, and now I have over 1,300 subscribers. In 9 months, I got 1,300 subscribers, and it grows every day. Sitting here in this niche. What?
I was just at San Bruno speaking with Susan about some of the recent changes on YouTube.
Nobody knows who the fuck those people are. I was just at Phil Johnson's, and I was talking to Richard, you know, and we were saying, who get your name dropping fucking Google people? Nobody knows who the fuck these people are.
And I asked Google staff and some of the heads at YouTube,
who cares?
If they were familiar with any of these people and some of the people that I've criticized recently.
Seriously? That's what you're meeting with Google executives and you're asking them about Sargon? Cat, it's taken you a lot longer than just through college to figure out what these people want. You still don't seem to quite get it. I'm just saying.
And none of them knew who any of these people were.
Yeah! They don't fucking... They're Google executives. They have no reason to know who these people are until you bitch about them. And then they know who they are. What?
Furthermore, I felt silly even explaining these people to them.
You should have.
I mean, I was invited to the headquarters of Google, and I spent my time talking to them about online trolls that aren't even on their radar.
Yeah, seriously, if the CEO of Google is sitting there in front of Cat Black, right? Who? Let's be honest. The only reason you're there is because some group pushed you on these people. Let's just fucking be honest here. It's not because you're some great fucking... You have 127 fucking thousand subscribers. Not that I'm pissing on that. Believe me, that would be awesome. But come on, Cat. You're not PewDiePie. Fucking really? You're not even Sargon. You're not even close. He's got 3 times... But let's just say that the CEO of Google is a huge Sargon fan. If you, being you, he's gonna know who the fuck you are. You're meeting with him, right? You would hope that he would at least look at one of your videos and go, oh, crazy girl, okay, I know how to handle this. But let's say he's a huge fucking Sargon fan. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, I love him, especially when he's making fun of you. Really? Cat?
I had a similar experience at VidCon, where I would sit in the green room with other YouTubers, giving the full story, the who, the why, and the where, and it was almost like I was describing the plot of a really bad CW show that should have been canceled 8 seasons ago.
Yeah, well, you know what? 8 seasons ago, you didn't need to start watching it. So what the fuck does this even have to do with anything?
And we spent so much time doing this. We were backstage surrounded by amazing creators and industry people, and all we could talk about were the damn trolls. And then I realized it's happening again. These people inserted themselves to get a response.
Inserted themselves? You bring them up! You do! What the? What?
And some of my panelists gave it to them. And now these conversations that should be about whatever subject is being discussed or whatever professional relationship we could build revolved around them.
Alright, I get it. So she switched topics now. Now she's talking about the fucking... Anita didn't need to fucking scream at them from the goddamn stage. Kat, you were there. They were there. Same situation. You didn't fucking flip your shit and start yelling at them from the stage. Hence, no, what are you, jealous? Are you pissed that you didn't do it because you'd be the one that everybody'd be talking about now? Is that what it comes down to? Is it the Lacey argument just for money?
And they got content out of it. Press even. And I'm sure they walked away feeling like it was all a trip well spent.
Yeah, man, I'm fucking so pissed. Livid pissed that I wasn't there. Even just to kind of be there and like meet people every once in a while, like run into people every once in a while and be like, so what's going on? Anything new? What's the new drama? And have them be like, oh, crazy people fucking doing shit and sneaking in people's rooms and record. Like, it would be awesome just to kind of be on that kind of a fringe, just bumping into these people randomly and hearing snippets. It'd be so cool.
VidCon really put things into perspective for me because I realized one important thing. None of this f***ing matters.
Goddamn my apartment. This is why I make videos about having licenses to have children. Anyways, so what the fuck did she even say? Oh, yeah, it took her forever to figure out that this shit doesn't matter. Forever. It took her from when she started her channel 5 years ago to fucking VidCon this year. 5 years. That's a long fucking time to get it, man. That's a long ass time to get it.
I was just in New York sitting on a mass incarceration panel, the second that Google has invited me to.
Of course. And I'm sure it's the second one that they've had. Because you're one of those fucking crazy people that believes that nonsense. Who the fuck else are they going to get on the panel, Kat? It's not like there's a shit ton of people that think what you think.
Where I heard from men and women who were unfairly treated by the prison system. I listened to them talk about the abuse they experienced, the loss of time and life, and how the legal system had robbed them of their relationship with their families because of technicalities and other unfair practices.
Yeah, well, don't be fucking criminals and get in criminal situations. Fucking, what do you want?
And what was I working on at the time? A script about petty online drama that isn't gonna matter a year from now.
No, people will still be talking about this shit a year from now. 'Cause then we'll call it reminiscing. You know, that's how it works.
I think all too often, we get wrapped up in the drama that we see online. I was at the VidCon panels that people are freaking out about, and these were some of the most passive and typical things to ever happen at a convention ever.
So you admit fucking nothing happened, really? Jesus, come on.
But if you believe the spin doctors, people were growing heads and screaming from the stage.
Is she talking about this picture? It's this picture. Is this what she's talking about? It's a caricature picture. What the fuck? But this is... Oh my God.
They're selling you this overly dramatic narrative that doesn't really match up with what actually happened.
Yeah, that's why it's a caricature picture. But it's still a pretty fucking fair representation of what happened in one picture. If a picture has 1,000 words, this picture explains the whole fucking thing. So what? Oh my God, you people range between literalist with everything and everything's got to be by my interpretation fucking so quickly. It's so goddamn difficult to keep up.
Maybe I'm just used to it, but none of this was a big deal.
It was a big deal. Anita cursed out an audience member from the stage. She broke YouTube's policy of fucking whatever of doing panels. And they blatantly did the double standard of, well, okay, we don't care because it's Anita. Ugh.
But everyone is so addicted to the back and forth drama that sometimes the pettiness of it all is lost in translation.
or the severity of it, a cat, is also apparently lost in translation.
We present the spectacle of these personalities clashing as though it's front page news. We click past stories of real tragedy and trauma to focus on petty online squabbles and internet drama.
You just admitted that you've always been a pet. Okay, so from here on forward, you're not going to do any petty online drama things? What are you going to talk about, Kat? I can't wait to see what your next video is.
And I'm guilty of that. I think we all are.
Yes, it's the business we're in. It's the reason why anybody watches you, Kat. You've just said you've been doing it this whole time.
But VidCon really helped me see that none of this really matters. And that's hard to recognize when this stuff is constantly in your feed.
Well, nobody says you have to look at your feed.
But I think we all need to back away from these things constructed to make us upset and really examine how productive our anger actually is. In my opinion, at some point, people on all sides need to move beyond petty YouTube drama that doesn't really move anything forward and start thinking about what we're really doing on this website. What imprint do you want to leave behind? If YouTube disappeared tomorrow, would you still be as invested in these things as you are now?
Fuck no! I didn't give a shit about any of this stuff until I started wanting to make videos about it because I thought I'd fucking get popular and not have to work for a living. And it's working for me so far, so now I would give two shits. I still don't really care. You're just dumb people to me, and I like poking fun at you.
Would you still have a job?
Yeah, because I'd fucking go on to the... Well, I mean, I don't really have a job. I'm working on it.
How much of your life are you missing out on while you're collecting screenshots and receipts? Maybe that time could be spent doing something that enriches you and the people around you.
Like I say, I can't wait to see what she puts out next. I'm sure it's going to be fucking inspiring and not just base accusations and other nonsense for the reasons of because racist. Oh my god.
Anyways, this is all just food for thought.
I know what you're all thinking right now, and that's why I'm not even going to bother to do it. It's too fucking easy.
Personally, I can't imagine paying thousands of dollars to fly to another country just to be shitty in the front row of a panel at a convention.
Kat, you're the only person that honestly imagines that. Nobody else does.
But then again, I haven't paid for a flight in a while.
Well, you sound awfully privileged. Dumb bitch.